think you have a shot at a pole, or what are you looking ahead to tomorrow?
It's hard to judge that because, Daytona qualifying got rained out, and we thought that we'd made some gains on our car builds and hopefully found a little bit of speed. So we're really looking forward to Daytona to see where we would stack up in qualifying and just, single car speed. Because it's so hard to tell when you're in the pack where your single car speed really is at. But we feel like we made some improvements. We qualified 14th here in the spring. So I hope that we have top 10 speed. I mean, we'll find out. Whether that's pole speed, I don't know. But we felt like we made gains going into Daytona, and we didn't get a chance to see that. So hopefully we get to see it today.
Goals for tomorrow?
Win. Yeah, same goal. Score stage points and try to win the race. It's a pretty tight battle there between like 20th and 25th in points, and probably doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a big deal for us. And so, we're on the good side of it right now, and this is an opportunity that's going to make or break, some of that with stage points and, being in a big one or not being in a big one. So it is an important time, an important weekend to, not lose points, but definitely you can gain a bunch. So
Thanks.
Changing teams and changing manufacturers to this year, were you able to take some of the stuff that you were so good at with pole qualifying last year and translate that to the new team?
Yes and no. I think that, we haven't had the speed yet to really show that. But I think Spire as a whole, our super speedway program has gotten better with some of the things that we've learned over the years. But it's not a direct correlation yet. And same thing that I was telling Chris, with qualifying getting rained at Daytona, we weren't really sure. We were hopeful that we'd made that next jump. So today's actually really exciting for us to see where we stack up, because we feel like we made some improvements. And it's always hard to tell at the shop. Is that 3 spots? Is that 2 spots? Or is that 10 spots? We'll find out here soon.
Yeah, hundredths of a second.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Talk about change. There's been a lot of change at Spire this year. Just as teams continue to grow, and we've seen with the 7 car specifically, Rodney and Justin switching. What do you think? What does Spire need for all 3 cars to be consistently running well together?
Yeah, it's a process that takes time to not only just get chemistry inside your own particular team, whether it's 71 or 77 or 7, but then those 3 teams working together well and meshing together well. And so I think there was a lot of, new this year. And but I think for the future, it's just, getting some stability, getting everybody locked in, and just trying to work closely together and move the goalposts in the right direction.
I know a lot of people kind of shuffle their feet coming to a super speedway, especially in the round of 8, but do you get excited about these opportunities?
Oh, yeah.
What's your mindset coming in?
Yeah, it's an opportunity to win, so there's a lot to be excited about. And Talladega is a track that I haven't won at. I've been close. I'm not exactly sure, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I've been in that picture, coming to the start-finish line and haven't got a checkered flag. So feel like it's, one of those opportunity races that I hope to get it done.
Thank you.
And what do you think of this car? He's like, is that the Bristol car from 07 night race that kicked all our asses? I was like, yeah, it is. And basically right there, it had plenty of history that I was like, okay, I want to buy it.
And I understand you may modify it with a handbrake?
Yeah, I'd like to do something. I don't even know if legally I'm allowed to take it to a track day or anything. But I don't think there's any rules of making it a drift car. So, and I want to have it high RPMs and everything, and I want to preserve it. I don't plan on changing the wrap much or anything. But I want it to, see high RPMs and do something cool with it. And I don't think anybody's taken a true cup car and made it a drift car. And I know plenty of people forming the drift and everything that I think it'd be cool, and hopefully it gets a lot of people excited. But most importantly, I want to keep that thing for a long time and make sure it's, whether it's in my hands or somebody else's down the road, that history, there's only 43 of those things that were in that first ever COT race, and I got one of them.
Carson, a lot of people think of your teammate Michael when you come to super speedways. Have you talked to him much? Do you guys have any game plan, or do you lean on his advice coming into a race like this?
Yeah, we have very different philosophies for these super speedways. It's one of those things that we see each other, we'll try and help, but honestly, I think there's a lot of value in really racing for yourself at these type of places. when you're not the dominant cars, per se. It's easy when you qualify 1, 2, 3 to control the race and do everything, but our cars aren't near there. If anything, we normally qualify 1, 2, 3 towards the back, which we're working on and getting better. But obviously he's got a good history at these super speedways. But this year we've had a good history ourselves, and we've had 2 different philosophies. So there's multiple ways to skin the cat.
I know your other teammate, Justin, there's been some announcements of the changes and everything going on, and that 7 cars had a lot of change this year. What needs to be done, in your opinion, to get all 3 Spire cars running at the same level?
Hell, I don't know. That's why my check's clear when I drive the 77, and they don't pay me to be an executive or anything. I just pay to drive the thing and sometimes run into things, and I'm trying to fix that part on myself, not worry about who's in driving or working on the cars or anything. I got enough that I got to focus on.
I'm Caleb Barnes with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.